Okay, so I'm just going to make a quick video about my home theater system. There's a lot of stuff to shove in here, so I'll try not to make it super lengthy. I'll start with the amps. So these two top amps, two pair of sounds, those run the AT12s bi-amped. So the top amp runs the tweeters and mids, and the bottom amp runs just the woofers, dedicated to the woofers. So that's about 360 watts altogether. The bottom amp's 200, the top amp is 160, I believe. They're basically identical amps, but this one here has extra capacitors. It's the 1000A, whereas this one's just the 1000. Anyway, the gains are the same. It's just this one's got a little more oomph, and that's for the woofers. Head unit is a Yamaha or something or other that I should probably replace soon, because the RCAs are, I don't know, I don't like it very much. Anyhow, these two amps, these two Rotels, they run the center speaker bi-amped. So that top amp runs the mids and tweet, and that bottom amp runs the two woofers, two 8-inch woofers, and this bottom Rotel amp runs the rear AT8s. The center channel is a AT8 center channel, and then AT8 hybrid center channel, and then that's for the rear regular AT8s. As a power conditioner, I built myself. It's got, for the head unit, you can kind of see them in there. Oh, you can't. Anyway, there's isolation transformers on there. I think there's 100 volt amps worth of isolation there. It's just for the head unit. Anyway, AT12s there. Granite base. Made those quite a while ago. There's a lot of modifications to these AT12s. I got some sound thingies in here just to help with sound. Some back there. AT12s have been completely rebraced also. Try to look back here. You can see the cabinet has been completely rebraced, filled in with Baltic birch and construction adhesive, like 3 layers, I think, and then I tapered it up here. Like, see, this cabinet usually stops here. This is all built up just to help make the cabinet. I mean, these things, all I have on the speakers, even at, when I first got these at full volume, all that stuff fall off. Now I can crank these as loud as I want, nothing moves. Those cabinets are solid. Also redampened the inside, redid the crossovers, you name it, it's done to those speakers to make them sound as good as possible. Believe it or not, they're even on tri-spikes down there. I recessed spikes into the platform, or into that wood platform. I don't know if you can see them. There you can. It's actually on 3 spikes, believe it or not, really low profile. But 3 doesn't, when you have 3 feet, it's equal pressure on all feet, so that's actually spiked into that granite slab. Next up, we got our strokers here, powered by, this is just a piece of foam under here that I stuffed under there, and it's just to keep the Roomba from going back there and wrecking my wiring. Plate amp on the bottom, 500 watt Class D amp. Runs this bad boy. Take the grill off here. Stroker 12. They are ridiculously loud at this point. Like, I really don't need those even on to listen to music. I have the gain turned down so low that, I really didn't need 2 of these. There's 3 really. Like, this is the 3rd one for theater system. This is run by a 500 watt AB amp back there. It's another Stroker 12. I'm not pulling the grill off this. It's a big grill. Another Stroker 12, but this one's tuned to 16 hertz, whereas these are tuned to the factory specs of whatever the Stroker 12 was, I forget. But this is like a 6.5 liter or cubic foot enclosure, 6.5 cubic foot enclosure. Yeah, tuned to 16 hertz. So it's just for theater. You can't really pound music through it. It's not really made for that. These are for music. There's the other stroker. The other AT12. Like I said, this is some of my sound absorption reflection stuffs. Wiring back there. I tried to keep up off the ground with just some things This is actually a woofer too, but it's not finished yet. This is another subsonic. It's got a 12 in it, but it's still a work in progress. Surround system back here. You got AT8s. Each AT8 has its own dedicated, that's a Stealth. I just re-dust capped it. Stealth 8-inch subwoofer. Sealed enclosure. Run by a small Paradigm amp that I kind of rebuilt into a little pod sort of thing. It used to be a plate amp. And each of those has its own dedicated subwoofer, each surround channel. Here's a Stealth 10 inverted style enclosure. That's what I made this design up. It's a sealed enclosure also. Same kind of little amp made from Paradigm plate amp that I made into a little, it's hard to see, thing. Anyway, those run the surrounds. This picture of the surround. I have the grills off those just because I'm cleaning them. And then I guess I kind of skipped the center channel, I guess. Yeah, center channels, I built this. It's actually two AT8s combined. Hang on. I'm going to have to try to take this off so you guys can at least see that. This is going to be hard. There, I got it. So this is the center channel. I built this out of two AT8s. And then the mids and tweets from AT15. And what I did was, well, originally I tried to run the AT8s full range like they normally are, and it was a muddy mess. So I ended up having to design a crossover for it, and that took a lot of work. So what I ended up doing was putting the, just gotta put this back on here, putting the woofers through a third order filter and then a notch filter somewhere in the 400 hertz range, just to take the lump out of the impedance, because it was really, it was terrible. It sounded terrible. But anyway, once I was able to roll the woofers off at the right frequency so that the mids and tweets picked up, it sounds really good now. I'm quite impressed. It's very comparable to my connoisseur. It took 4 years to figure that out, just because yeah, it took a lot of tuning, I guess. It wasn't just a slap together job, but anyway, that's about it, I guess. So thanks a lot. Have a good one.